Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that might sound a little serious. But trust me, it's worth every minute of your attention. We're talking about Medicare Open Enrollment and the 9 most important reasons you might want to change your Medicare coverage this year. Medicare isn't something you just set and forget. Your health changes, your doctors change, your prescriptions change, and your plan might change too, sometimes quietly. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to save money, and how to make sure you're getting the best coverage for your life right now. Let's start with the basics. Medicare Open Enrollment runs every year from October 15th to December 7th. This is the time when you can compare your plan, make changes, or switch from original Medicare to a Medicare Advantage plan or the other way around. Many people never take advantage of it, and that's a big missed opportunity. Plans change their benefits, costs, and provider networks every single year. And you don't want to find out too late that your favorite doctor or your medication is no longer covered. Have you ever had a doctor suddenly say, "Sorry, we no longer take your insurance"? It's frustrating. Drop a yes or no in the comments if that's ever happened to you. So, let's go through the 9 key reasons you might want to make a change this year. Starting with one of the most common: rising prescription costs. If you've noticed your medication costs climbing, it might not just be inflation. Your Part D plan could have changed its formulary, which means your medication was dropped or moved to a more expensive tier. Every September, your plan sends you something called an annual notice of change. It's that packet you might have ignored last year. It shows what's changing for the upcoming year: drug lists, copays, premiums, and coverage rules. If you don't check it, you could be paying hundreds more per month without realizing it. Imagine Mary, who's been taking the same prescription for years. Suddenly, it's not covered next year. She's shocked when she refills and finds out she's paying full price. That's the kind of surprise you can prevent just by checking your notice and comparing Part D plans each fall. Here's a quick quiz: true or false if your plan drops your medication? You can't get it covered anymore. The answer is false. You can sometimes request what's called an exception or file an appeal through your doctor. It takes effort, but it's possible. Next, let's talk about travel. If you spend long periods in another state, maybe you're a snowbird or visiting family for months at a time, your plan might not follow you. Medicare Advantage plans usually have limited networks, which means you could be out of luck for non-emergency care when you're out of your home area. Original Medicare, on the other hand, is accepted almost everywhere in the U.S. Let's take Bob. He lives in Michigan but winters in Florida. His Advantage plan only covers care in his Michigan network. One winter, he needs physical therapy, but his plan won't pay for it outside his state. That's when switching to Original Medicare might make sense. If you split your time between states, make sure your plan covers both places or switch to one that does. Now, what if you've recently been diagnosed with a chronic condition like diabetes, heart disease, or arthritis? That's another big reason to review your plan. Your health needs change: more specialists, more prescriptions, more tests. You'll want a plan that includes your new doctors and covers the medications you actually use. Sarah, for example, developed type 2 diabetes. Her current plan didn't cover her insulin pump or her preferred glucose monitor. She switched to a plan that did, and it saved her thousands. Don't wait until January to realize your plan isn't a good fit anymore. Plan ahead now. Here's another common situation. You're planning a surgery or a medical procedure, and you want a specific doctor or hospital. If you're on Medicare Advantage, you need to make sure your doctor and hospital are in your plan's network, or you could face big bills. Original Medicare gives you much more freedom, since almost every doctor in the country accepts it. But Advantage plans can limit your options. Always double-check before your surgery date. You don't want to find out your surgeon isn't covered. On the flip side, let's say you're really healthy. You barely see a doctor, you exercise, and you feel great. You might be paying for more coverage than you need. Some Advantage plans offer lots of extras: gym memberships, dental, vision, but if you're not using them, that's money wasted. Sometimes a lower cost plan with fewer perks fits better. Think of it like streaming services. Do you really need every premium channel, or just the basics you actually watch? Now, maybe your income has dropped, maybe you retired, reduced work hours, or lost investment income. That can affect your Medicare premiums. You might qualify for lower cost plans or assistance programs. If your income went down significantly, you can even appeal the extra charges called IRMAA, the income-related monthly adjustment amount, by filing Form SSA 44. Also, check your local state health insurance assistance program, known as SHIP. They can help you find low-cost options, or even help paying for your Part D coverage. Next, employer changes. Some retirees get benefits through their former employer, and those plans can change every year. If your old company changes its coverage or drops certain benefits, you might need to switch to a different Medicare plan or buy a better Medigap policy. When this happens, call Medicare's Coordination of Benefits office to understand your options. Never assume the employer plan will stay the same, it rarely does. Now, reason number 8: your doctor is no longer in your plan's network. This happens all the time. You build a great relationship with your doctor, and then suddenly your plan drops them. It's frustrating but common. You can either switch to a plan that still includes your doctor, or ask your doctor which plans they'll accept next year. Be careful if you're switching from an Advantage plan to Original Medicare, though you might lose your right to get a Medigap policy at standard prices later. Some states allow insurers to charge more or deny coverage based on health history once that 6-month window after you start Part B has passed. And finally, dental care. Original Medicare doesn't cover routine dental visits, cleanings, fillings, or dentures, but many Advantage plans include at least some dental benefits. If you need major dental work like crowns or implants, that coverage can make a big difference. Just make sure to read the fine print. Some plans only cover basic procedures, not expensive work. Before you rush to make changes, here are a few warnings. Don't switch plans based only on the premium price. Lower premiums often mean higher out-of-pocket costs. Always compare deductibles, copays, and maximum out-of-pocket limits. If you're moving from an Advantage plan to Original Medicare, remember that Medigap isn't always guaranteed approval after that first 6 months. Depending on where you live, here's what you can do to stay safe. Use Medicare's official Plan Finder tool to compare plans side by side. Look at total yearly costs, not just monthly premiums. Save all your annual notices of change and any letters from your insurer. And if you need help, reach out to SHIP. It's free and unbiased. Let's wrap this up with a simple checklist you can use right now. 1. Review your annual notice of change. 2. List your medications and doctors. 3. Compare plans using the Medicare Plan Finder. 4. Check out of-area coverage if you travel or have multiple residences. 5. Note any changes in your income, health, or employer benefits. 6. Consider extra benefits like dental and vision, but don't overpay for what you won't use. 7. Get help from SHIP if you're uncertain. And 8. Keep records of your plan comparisons and decisions. That's it. You've now got a clear picture of when and why to change your Medicare coverage. You deserve the right plan, not just the one you've always had. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's about to hit Medicare Open Enrollment. Which of these 9 reasons hit closest to home for you? Let me know in the comments. I read every one. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.